So I just want to go over this trade that I actually ended up missing this morning. Um, Now, the reason I want to go over it for one of two things. I want to journal this trade, this opportunity, even though I did miss it, and kind of discuss why it was an A plus setup. And I also want to talk about how I kind of went back to an old habit today of um, which I was doing a lot in September, and I made a point to not do it in October. And that was kind of like leaving the charts a little too early. Um, I have to be present at the charts. Seriously, I mean, if this wasn't a teaching moment, no matter what, dude, no matter what, of course I'm gonna be taking. There's days when I just won't come to the charts, right? Like Thursday of this week, Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna be at the charts, right? But on days when days like today, yes, I was under the assumption that, okay, price might be a little less favorable today and this whole week because of Thanksgiving. But today, because it was Monday, and because it was a no news Monday, and because we gapped up overnight, I was like, oh, I don't know, like a lot of this is like not giving me like A plus setup vibes. Fuck the vibes, man. Just if there is an opportunity, um, or like don't discount the fact that there might be an opportunity just because you think the environment that the setup is could potentially form in is bad. Today, coming into this morning, when I first looked at the chart, I thought, oh, the environment for a setup to form, it doesn't look too good, too conducive. And I paid the price of that because I had some schoolwork that I had to get done, but I didn't have to get it done that early. I decided to just kind of stop looking at the charts. Once we broke above this high, I was like, whatever. Like, I wanted to target these lows, and we had a big move at 9:30. At the end of the day, I left the charts too early. But let me discuss why this was an A plus setup. So, number one, this would not have caught me here. You would have not have seen me enter off of this 9:30 fair value gap for two reasons. One, RR would not have been good enough, and two, I don't enter off of 9:30 fair value gap. So, but let me go quickly here. I mean, the daily, obviously, we're still inside this bearish fair value gap, but we're also inside of a bullish one. It's very, like, indifferent on the daily. Like, I'm not really having that take too much precedence right now over my bias because it really is just, it doesn't know what the hell it wants to do. So what I formed my bias on and why I wanted to go short was because we had gapped up, so I wanted to see that gap get filled, but also we had liquidity as well to the downside, which we didn't have to the upside. And so I was looking for the short to this low here, and the 1 minute had a perfect entry. It was so nice. We broke structure like I need to see. My stop would have been above the high, so the RR would have been just fine. Look at this though. This candle right here, the one I'm hovering on right there, right? You see how it broke past here, so that created an inversion fair value gap, and then we tapped into it with this candle here. This one right here. And so I would have been in off that tap. There would have been a drawdown for maybe like 30 seconds max, and then boom. And it came straight to my draw that I wanted. So this was an A plus setup that I missed because I was too caught up in the fact that I was just too caught up in the fact that I thought there wouldn't be an A plus setup today. Why am I discounting that? Why? Why am I discounting the day before it even starts? That's something I have to break the habit of. I am very... I'll tell you why. It's because I have... I think it's a good trait in trading, but it also can be a detriment, and it was a detriment today, and that's that I am a perfectionist, and the reason it could be a benefit as a trader is because you're going to take less you're going to be more disciplined in the setups that you do take, and you're only going to take ones that you find to be like, I don't really have a problem being disciplined as far as like staying true to my trading plan. When I'm entering a trade, it's very rare, very, very, very rare. I haven't done it in like over 3 months that I'm entering a trade that is going against my trading plan. So that is a benefit to me being a perfectionist, but a drawdown and a negative is what we saw today, which is I discounted the entire day essentially, thinking, oh, well, the environment that we're in is just not perfect, right? We don't, like, Monday already, it's kind of shitty, like, it's not the best day to trade. No news today, like, probably not going to be as volatile. We already gapped up, so the volatility could already be gone. Just trade what price gives you. Today, had I stayed at the chart and I saw this, I'm telling you, I would have entered off of this, because I was prepared to enter off of this inversion fair value gap. If we did close below it, I was prepared to enter off of it for a little less than a 1-to-1 if it would have tapped back in. But it's okay. Learning moment, teaching moment. I'm glad I'm kind of talking this out with myself and to anyone who's listening. It's helped me for sure. So I have to, going forward, just make sure that I am not discounting the day before anything actually happens. Just let price do its thing, let it play out. Of course, there could be drawdowns to sitting at the chart all day, and that you're going to probably maybe see something that isn't actually there, and you're going to try to force something because you feel like you've been sitting at the charts all day and it's about time you get into something. So that can be a drawdown, but to counter that point, like I said earlier, I'm a perfectionist in the sense that I will only take A+ setups. Like, I'm very, very disciplined when it comes to that. So let me use that to my advantage in that I could probably stay at the chart a long time without ever looking at the chart and saying, oh, you know what, it's been a while, let me get in. So I use that to my advantage in that sense, and then I can help prevent something like today happening where I leave the charts too early and this is what happens. So, but yeah, beautiful trade opportunity today that was missed. All good. I'm taking something away from it, which is, all you can ask for, and that's a learning moment. So, yeah, I'm going to make a point of that in my monthly recap when I do make that, and I think it'll be helpful moving forward.